Welcome to Not So New News, where we discover what is hidden in newspapers from 100 years ago. Today's article comes from the town of Whitesburg and appeared in Letcher County's oldest newspaper, the Mountain Eagle. Volume 2, number 19, dated January 7th, 1909. This reading is from the writings done in 1909. These views are from that time period and do not necessarily reflect the modern views of Kentucky Tennessee living nor its narrator. However, we feel that all historical documents must be preserved for the future and strive not to change one word of the readings. However, if we feel that the readings are too controversial in both political or religious standing, we will either silently put up the article for viewing or will direct everyone where it can be found online. Thank you for your understanding. All advertisements are read from the Mountain Eagle in the year it was printed. Kentucky Tennessee Living does not endorse any product that is listed in the pages. However, for historical purposes, they are read and kept intact. Clearance sale at Lewis Brothers. On invoicing our stock after the holiday rush, we find that we have considerable lots of odds and ends, which we are going to turn loose regardless of the cost. As we wish to take no chances on carrying over to another season any winter weight goods, but on the other hand, wish to make room for the most up-to-date spring stock. Consequently, we can afford to make this great sacrifice. An opportunity like this does not happen every day. So come along, everybody, and get your share of these great bargains while they last. Here are a few of the many bargains. 50 pairs men's pants, $1.25 to $1.50. 2 clothes, 75 cents. 25 pairs of men's pants, $1.75 to $2. 2 clothes, $1.25. 50 suits of clothes at 25% off. 10 pair corduroy pants, $2 grade to clothes, $1.50. 25 men wool sweaters, $1.25 grade to clothes, 75 cents. 10 men's cotton sweaters, 60-cent grade to clothes, 40 cents. 25 men's fancy shift shirts, $1 grade to clothes, 50 cents. 12 men's white unlaundered shirts, 50-cent grade to clothes, 35 cents. 12 ladies flannel dress skirts, $2.50 grade to clothes, $1.75. 24 pair Canton flannel drawers, 40 cents grade to clothes, 25 cents. 10 men's overcoats, $7 to $10 to clothes, $6 to $9. 6 men's duck coats, $1.50 to $2.25 to clothes, $1.25 to $2. 100 pairs men's and women's shoes at 50 cents to 60 cents on the dollar. Do not fail to call on us and see these shoes. 50 ladies' hats at your own price. You will make a mistake if you fail to get some of these hats while they are going. Remember our store as being headquarters for real bargains as well as for the up-to-date novelties, and confine your cash purchases to us and get that 42-piece dinner set worth $10 for only $2.50. Come one and come all and see what we have in store for you. Lewis Brothers. Buy you a canner. Did you ever think of taking care of everything raised on the farm by canning it up? How do you like to see so much valuable material going to waste that could be easily cared for and at almost no cost? The best and purest canned goods in the world are put up right at home, and that too by mother and children. See the editor of this paper as to the cost and a canner to do the work with, and without standing over a hot stove. He has one of the canners already on hand and will be glad to show it to you. The new school. Monday, everything was a bustle and a stir over the opening of the new school at this place. About 30 boarders, together with about an equal number of local students, enrolled. The organization and the beginning of the work moved off like clockwork, and the success of the school, if ever doubted, is now fully assured. Professors Lewis and Adams are working like beavers, and the new students are arriving daily. Now, let the Whitesburg students join with the country students in one good, long, strong pull, and the good you will accomplish will be immeasurable. Let the boys of the country come on and enroll in this school, and they ever will be proud of it. Good boarding can still be had in the town at $2 per week. New excuse for slowness. Al Fisk was out on the Central Branch last week and says he never saw such sunflowers. Quote, when the wind blows, they lean back across the track. Pushing them back is what makes the trains lose so much time. When the wind is not blowing, they droop over the track on both sides, and this also impedes the trains. In some places, it's just like going through a tunnel. Unquote. Quote, I have been told that the engineer sometimes has to light the headlight on his engine to see his way through. Unquote, said Mr. Fisk, Atchison Globe. Bessie's task. Quote, Mama, unquote, said little Betsy at the table one noon. Quote, I am to write something to read in school next Friday, but I've forgotten what the teacher called it. Unquote. Quote, an essay, perhaps, unquote, suggested Bessie's father. Quote, an oration, unquote, offered the little maid's high school brother teasingly. Quote, a valedictorian, unquote, prompted senior sister. Quote, no, unquote, said Bessie, suddenly brightening. Quote, I remember now what it is. It's an imposition, unquote. Yes, but, quote, is it true, doctor, unquote, asked the summer girl. Quote, eating cucumbers will remove freckles, unquote. Quote, of course, unquote, replied Dr. Kidder. Quote, under certain circumstances, unquote. Quote, really? What circumstances? Unquote. Quote, well, provided the freckles are on the cucumbers, unquote. Rugged diplomacy. Quote, I am afraid that you are an advocate of shirt-sleeve diplomacy, unquote. Quote, no, sir, unquote, answered the Venezuelan official. Quote, I don't approve of such luxuries as shirts. I believe in going to the ring stripped to the waist, unquote. The ingredients. Quote, what constitutes a first-class society drama, unquote. Quote, 3 acts, 3 gowns, and 9 epigrams, unquote. Exchange. His mistake. Quote, I understand that Jenks shot a deer up in Maine last week, unquote. Quote, gee, he must have mistaken it for a guide, unquote. Houston Post. This concludes today's reading of the January 7th, 1909 Mountain Eagle. We at Kentucky Tennessee Living would like to thank you for your continued support as we bring to you the history of the Appalachian Mountains.